Good morning to you. Welcome to Camnet TV, not just another channel. This is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. I'm your host. My name is Precious Nzea Sakaleji. And yes, of course, any other introduction, I'm not alone on set. I'm joined by Bandit Tandiwe. You've probably seen her on our news desk. Good morning.
Good morning. It actually feels so good to be here. But before we talk much about who's here, welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you guys actually woke up so early to catch the Breakfast Show. And I can assure you that we have a jam-packed program for you to entertain, educate, but above all, inform you. So tell your friends, begin to make those phone calls and just get in touch with people so that we can be able to interact and see how we can make our country a better place.
True.
Because I believe that the young people are no longer the future leaders, but our leadership starts today.
Yeah.
So that calls for you and I, Precious, and the rest of the citizens
making
of
a
this
difference
country to start making the difference.
Yes, of course. And also remember that you can get interactive with us, connect with us on social media as well. If you're a Facebook fan, go to your search pad and search for Camnet TV and then like the page. Make sure that you mention your friends or share it with your friends so that they can come through and start this watch party with you, which is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious, and Tandiwe on the other side. And also remember that you can also connect with us on Instagram, which is Camnet TV Africa. Like, follow, and we will follow you back. And also, if you are here at any particular time and you're part of the guests, just don't forget to tag us in those pictures. And also YouTube, you can connect with us. Any other way they can contact us.
And remember, you can also phone in. We have that privilege to call us and tell us your thoughts about our topic for today on 0968-675-273. That's 0968-675-273. Now we have a very interesting topic for today. As we all know, social media has been such a great aspect and a part and parcel of our lives. So our theme for today is, has social media brought more harm than good?
That's actually a tricky question. Straight to the point. It depends on how you use it. Because, you know, social media, you are an entrepreneur and you take the opportunity of the people, the network that you have and the people that follow you.
So maybe before we actually get your opinion, Precious, I think let's break down what social media is. So social media, we're looking at aspects, we're looking at it at different angles.
Yeah.
We're looking at Facebook, we're looking at Twitter, we're looking at Snapchat,
YouTube,
WhatsApp, WeChat.
To go.
I've never been on. To go still exists. Okay, but I think
They're quite a lot.
Because there are different ages in our society, and we have the old people. I'm sure they're not really familiar with the WeChat and the To Go. You know, as old people, Precious.
Oh my! I
was just trying to make sure. So social media basically is a platform that many of us are now beginning to use to communicate with our friends and family. We've run away from direct messaging, direct texting. So that is what we are discussing today. Do you feel that social media has brought harm, or do you feel that social media has actually brought good? Tell us what your experience has been as we dig deeper, looking at it from different angles. Because on the controversial side of things, we have seen different videos being posted on social media, different age groups, with different lessons to be learned from it. And we're looking at all angles. There are things that we will not run away from, because these are things that we are facing as a country. And when we look at our younger generation, we are the younger generation, but there's a younger generation. They are exposed to these things. They're able to view these things on social media. So there's a negative and a positive aspect, but you are our viewers, and you're not here to get our opinions. We're here to get your opinions. So remember that you can phone in on 0968-675-273. Would love to hear from you.
Yes, of course. And also, just to get on the other side, we've got a whole lot of things fully packed just for you. A whole lot of things have been outlined to make sure that you start your day on that positive vibe. We've got a whole lot of queens coming in the house today, and they'll get to share with us their view or their perspective on a topic of discussion today. And also also on the other side, not forgetting our morning routine, which is a morning boost with Pastor Isaac, or Isaac Machisa. And also on the other side, we'll be looking at stories that are making headlines.
Very interesting stories, yes, I should say.
Very interesting. And getting into the entertainment road, there's a whole lot of songs that have been coming out. I was very impressed to see that Pompey and Markitu did a collabo. It's actually making a whole lot of noise on the wave on the other side. I don't know if you've heard the song.
Waule siyasat. That's the only line
that clearly says it.
It literally spoke to me because, like, Waule siyasat. For those of you that don't understand what Waule siyasat, asadie means, it's basically the lazy one should not eat. Because even scripture tells us that, you know, in order to and myths as well, in order to eat, in order to have a harvest, you need to be able to sow a seed. So why reap if you can't sow a seed? So I really like that song.
I love it too. The message is just something that speaks to me. It's like he's thanking God that he's blessed his hustle, and also saying the early bird catches the worm. I know you're not an early person, but you always catch the worm. It also talks about how hard work will actually pay off eventually. You think you're struggling now, but they say work like a slave now to live like a king later. So it just talks about how life has been and how you should be very hardworking in order to live that life.
And
that
just looking at it also from a different angle, I totally agree with your points. I feel like this song also brings out the aspect of God blessing the works of your hands. I've seen many talented young Zambians that have the skill to design clothing and be able to build something. There are even young people that have gone into architecture. They'll be able to build something doing these JETS programs at school. And there are also adults that are making a living currently by just being a designer, being a florist, you know, being a decor person. There's so much money. And when you look at all this, it's through the works of your hands. So many of us sometimes may feel that school is very important.
It is very important.
But I believe that each one of us has that amazing talent that God has given us to work with our hands. You may be a guitarist, you may be a pianist, you may be somebody who loves to play the keyboard even in church or at functions, and we've seen people making a living from that. So I hope that even as we bring this particular song, the latest song, Pompey featuring Markitu, we hope that it will really, really speak to you, and we hope that you will be encouraged. Remember that I am particular on this show. I want to speak to you, so you have to call me on 0968-675-273. Remember that Rise and Thrive is your platform for our viewers. We want you to express yourselves in any particular manner regarding whatever topic that we're talking about. Remember to be cautious as well as just be respectful even as you make your comments. So it's 0968-675-273. Has social media brought more harm than good? What's your opinion?
Social media, it hasn't actually, on my side, it hasn't really brought harm. It's how you use it. Okay, it's how you use it. It's been given to you. How you use it doesn't have to affect the other people that use it. If you think it's bad, then what makes you think it's bad? How are you using it for you to say that it's bad? But you know, we'll get into the details of how social media has brought more harm or good, or how it has actually helped other people improve their business.
With current trending, Precious, I know I'm pushing you in the corner.
I know before we get there, let's get into our morning boost. I know where you're headed to. Save it. Let's spin it. Let's get into our morning boost. So now we know we get into our routine of working out for those of you that are working out from home. And also, if you are that person that can work out in the bathroom, if you're at work, you can do it. Just make sure that while you're going back in your office, you have refreshed. So right up and now, let's get into your morning boost on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious and Tandiwo. On the other side, we'll see you and good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to our morning boost. I am Isaac Machisa, and I'm back. And let's do something quick now. I need that. Let's go. One each. Just 5 minutes every morning. You're good to go. Let's go. 1 knee each. Two knees now. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 knees each. Two each. 2. And back here, march. Let's march. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. And we're gonna do a little bit of abs today. A bit of abs. Let's go. Steady. Stretch. All right. Let's do a bit of abs now. Okay. Let's see how many we can do. So I'm gonna lie down here. Join me. Come with me. Ready? No more crunch. Imagine you have a coin here. So you need to lift your head. Go. Take a break. 10 seconds, 20, no, not 20, 10 or 5 or 15 maximum. Let's go another 10. Let's go. 21. Okay, so let's do abs now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. $20. Okay, 30. So remember, I need to be taking some breaks in between, but I need a straight 30. After 10 abs, take a 10 seconds break or 15. Let me give you my last 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So try that, and it's gonna work good for you. Let's go. So that was for the abs. You do that, then I'm gonna introduce another workout, then we'll be signing out soon. Okay, so relax your muscles, and there we go again now. Let's work on the bats now. So I'll do 10 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next workout, straight. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And good morning. Have a great day. This has been Isaac Matsa, and I'm gonna see you next week at the same time. Remember always to have a morning boost before you go out for the day. Thanks.
Well, welcome back on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on Camnet TV, not just another channel, with me, Precious, and Banda Tandi were on the other side. And we were just looking at the workout by Isaac. Do you work out, Tandi?
See, like, Precious, when you look at me, let me just take a proper seat. When you look at me and you look at, do you think I work out? Do I need?
Should I answer as your friend or as a colleague or as a co-host?
No, as a colleague. We relate on colleague level now.
You know.
Okay. I do work out.
Oh,
At least I do some press-ups, push-ups.
You don't even know how you work out.
Bottom line is it's very important to work out because your body may seem to be healthy, but without workouts help you burn fats, they help you keep healthy, you know. So workouts is something that each particular person should do. Like even in the morning, I always advise my mother, who's about 50 something, to even take a walk around the yard. Just like walk around, do something, stretch. You know, work out, stretch, and that way you keep your body fit and healthy. Yeah, true. So now we have a very interesting topic for today, and that is, has social media brought more harm than good? We're looking at social media on different platforms, not only Facebook, it could be WhatsApp, it could be WeChat, it could be to go, all these platforms, because it's something we can't run away from. And lately we've had so many videos circulating of different people from different walks of life, and you know, it makes one wonder, are we using our social media well or bad? Like, we've seen the good. I personally have seen the good of social media. I've seen people blossom in their businesses because of using Facebook, advertising and all that. And I have seen social media as well destroy so many people, inclusive of our leaders as well. So we're posing this question to you today. Do you feel social media in our country has been a source of good, or it has caused more harm and damage? Because I'll give you a scenario. For example, we've seen a number of pornographic materials being circulated on WhatsApp, on social media. And my niece, who may be 13 or 14 and has been privileged of having a phone, as much as Facebook has a restriction on the age, and most of these apps do have a restriction on the age, but parents nowadays are not really checking what their children are up to. So they're stumbling across these videos, even on WhatsApp. People are sending these videos. So in your opinion, looking at it from that angle, do you feel it's causing more harm or good for the public, for the society, especially for the younger generation? That is my main concern as a person, as an individual, you know, because it's what foundation are we laying down then as a country if we're exposing certain materials to the public, as much as adults, or being in possession basically of obscene material in this particular country and other countries as well is illegal. Yeah, true. You know, even just circulating, I receive a video of pornographic material and I share it with you. That's illegal, true. You see, and not just looking at it on an illegal perspective, but you as an individual out there, morally, you know, we need to find a way and means quickly as a country, as a nation, and that is why we cannot afford to run away from these topics, because they are real and they are happening. True. If we run away from them, if we bury them under, or throw them under the bus, or whatever the situation may be, these things begin to mount, and before we know it, it reaches a point where we can't control it as in our country. You know, so we are posing this question to you. Remember that you can call us on 0968 675 273. What is your opinion, really? because I honestly feel social media precious lately has been more about videos, you know, more of mockery, more of bullying,
cyberbullying.
Yeah, there's some positivity, in my opinion. There's some positivity here and there, but most of it, especially in Zambia, you know, has been more of the bullying aspect, the bashing, the negative things. I've seen some people post some inspirational quotes. I've seen some men of God
preaching live on Facebook.
You know, and I should share this experience. So we've also seen the mushrooming of so many before the COVID situation. Now I would understand, because most churches have the virtual and online services. But before that, there was a trend which now is I think at 190% if it exists, of where men of God are preaching and all that. And you find their comments and you're following. I'm one person who's very sensitive. And this person will just pop up from nowhere and just, you know, begin to say things against the man of God, you know, against the preaching, you know. So it brings us back to the bashing. I mean, if I don't want to watch whatever it is that you're broadcasting live on your Facebook, I can simply go off. We've seen models, like we'll be having a privilege to talk to some models today. We've seen some models in our country who want to give their opinion on a live video.
True.
And the moment he or she goes online, people will just be there writing negative comments and stuff like that. So as much as social media may have a positive, I feel like, in my opinion, as Banda Tandiwe,
not of Camnet TV,
or not of Camnet TV or the general public, you can give us your opinion as well by simply calling in. I feel like in our country we have taken social media to be this platform where we use it to bring others down and to circulate. One thing that's really hurtful is circulation of certain materials. Obscene materials, because we need to look at the younger generation, you know, and that's the painful part about this whole process. As much as it's
the damage that we're actually bringing.
It's so damaging to families, you know. So remember that you can give us your opinion by calling. It's 0968 675 273.
Yes, of course. And also we've got quite a number of topics of discussions. Has social media brought more harm than good? So if you come through, just come through with your opinion. Do you think social media is being misused? What do you think is appropriate for social media? Who should be blamed, actually, for the misuse of social media? And also the other question is, how do you handle your social media? So there are quite a number of questions that we would like you to actually come through and contribute on. And also remember that my opinion, or Banda Tandiwe's opinion, is not the opinion of Camnet TV.
I like the emphasis.
Yes, and also the opinion of the guests, all the viewers or callers that will come through, are not that of Camnet TV. So remember that whatever comes through and said, I said it. Okay.
Remember that
Banda Tandiwe said it. So
remember that you can also drop your comments on Facebook. We are currently live on Facebook. But call in. We want to hear you speak this morning. We're so energetic, ready to hear from you. So simply call us at 0968 675 273. Has social media brought more harm than good? So we have our first caller. Hello, good morning. Mkaya mashuken tata. Tiranda na banani. Kuchira bombwe. Kulishani kuchira bombwe lero. Oh. Okay, and then that shan contribution yen.
I'm going to tell.
Lesami pale na imwe. Remember?
You can speak Bemba.
I just picked.
We
just had a caller from Chilawombwe that just taught me how to speak Bemba in how many minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Yeah.
I'm impressed. You're quite a fast then.
Remember that you can call us on 0968-675-273. Has social media brought more harm than good? Now, we'll be going into our stories making headlines a little bit later. And just to dive in a little bit before we go into the details, we are all aware that we'll be having elections in 2021.
Are you going to vote?
And of course, I'm going to be part and parcel of the decision-making processes of this country as a young person. I'm taking my position, and I believe that even as I'm speaking like this, many people out there are like, yeah, me
I'll
too.
Vote too.
We're going to take our position, and we're going to be part and parcel of every decision-making that will occur in this country. Because, like I told you, our leadership is today. It's now.
Starting now. Yes, of course. Now, but before we get into the other thing, earlier when we started, we're just talking about how you need to work hard and how God should bless the works of your hands. So we can quickly just get into the musical break, and then when we come back, we'll have stories making headlines. You can also come through if there's a story that caught your attention in any overall bulletin, then you'd love to talk about it. Would love to hear your views and contributions. Remember, connect with us on Facebook as well. There is a topic that has been posted on Camnet TV. That's our Facebook fan page. Like the page, share, start a watch party, and call your friends to call the other friends that they come through and watch this breakfast show with you. Now, for now, we'll quickly get into our musical break. Now, this one is coming all the way from Pompi and Maki too, and it's titled Wow Lesi. We'll be back on the other side.
Good morning.
Kalandanya Music Promotions. Take over. Make him down. Yo. Pressure nikangiwa na kona kuyesa na yesa uvyasiri mwaona nganarife kurukunge mbazari pakona but thanks kuwa fyashira life ikona sinirimo mulivo gwira ni machitekela yesu wazasegula njila bawachivuta sokoti nipangeza kilini bakamba on the other side kulitegirini they say you could buy a Lamborghini your face in the Times or the Forbes magazine. They say you could be like Dangote. You don't have to be a nothing deal kakote. But no deals with the devil here. And if you rule showbiz, I'm a rebel here. I'm a shine in the Lord, I'm a chandelier. I already hustle, all I need now is prayer.
Progress belongs to the early riser. Salute in all of the early risers. It's the works of your hand that Jehovah bless. Just a quick reminder. Wow, let's see Asadye. Wow, let's see Asadye. Ulindila madali, so Sunday to Sunday. Find a field and plant a seed, yeah. Legacies are for your children.
Mona. Sindisi abavena bebaenda chekuchechi instead inosebenza bayusing achabe faith but faith without works yo yeve idideti isesitigona monga tizonda mabedi bige chitamanga monga tilileti iri yose jobu isetilileti siti yo paolo manja yalideti as long as izene tipanga zili sitireti the same faith ingafendeze na lupidi muri yeija banasobela moni bambidi they told you this year upanga kobidi but vintu vinkalila kobadi sadili uli muchechi ungopunda chabe prophesy ulindila venesuna shange but why from kumwamba it will not fall don't be deceived we all reap what we sow.
Progress belongs to the early riser. Salute, salute in all of the early risers. It's the works of your hand that Jehovah bless. Just a quick reminder. Wow, let's see Asadye, Asadye. Wow, let's see Asadye. Ulindila madali, so Sunday to Sunday. Find a field and plant a seed, yeah. Legacies are for your children.
Lord, I believe in you, I have done from the start. But it's hard to have faith when your life is falling apart. I know about your grace, I know you got my back. But this is too much, Lord, I'm about to crack. Mbelele ni nkumbu, chishina la chuli le fitata ni mfumu. Umwine wa silva na gori de chipumu. Mbone niko nebo, njaya niko zumu. Ndifwa ikabumu, bless my hands, bless the fruits of my labor. Can I be content, can I not look at my neighbor? Teach me how to thank you, cause I am so ungrateful. Mbuye ni punzi se, ni patience is a virtue. You see it's there in the Bible, Proverbs 3 verse 5. Now you alako, they call me King Booger, but I'm nothing without you. What right do I have to ever even doubt you? Galandanya Music Promotions, take over.
Close.
Well, welcome back. You're still on Rise on Private Breakfast Show with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleje, and Banda Tandiwe. And on the Breakfast Show today, we're talking about social media. Has social media brought more harm than good? Now, we just quickly took you to a musical break. That's the song we were talking about.
Did you notice something?
What? Where?
See, Precious, at the end of a song. No. It's supposed to be your favorite song, right?
Not really.
So one thing that caught my attention in that video, if you paid attention to the last part, it talked about with hard work, perseverance, and faith in God, you can be able to achieve your dreams. That's like the last line, right on the last queuing of the video. There's just something that popped up, and that's what it read. It talked about perseverance, hard work, and faith in God.
Good one. I didn't get that one, but yeah.
The most important
So
part.
there you have it, in case you haven't seen that song. And also on the other side, getting into headlines, what is the first story on our headlines?
Well, one catchy story that we had last night on the news, like I was earlier talking about the elections that will be happening in 2021, and that is something that most Zambian citizens are keenly looking forward to, I should say.
True.
It's a topic of the day, and with how the years have gone by so fast, you know, it's 2021 in a few months.
Yes.
In a few months. And this is a year that most of the Zambian citizens are looking forward to, because it's their chance to make a decision on which political party will come into power.
Sure.
And so the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Boni Kapeso, has challenged the political parties to maintain peace as the country heads to the polls next year. Now, speaking at a meeting held with the opposition United Party for National Development Youths, Mr. Kapeso says the police service is responsible for maintaining law and order in the country. hence coming with a crusade of peace that is aimed at discussing matters that lead to violence amongst political players. Now, Mr. Kapeso says the UPND, being the biggest political party, plays an important role in ensuring that peace prevails. The Deputy IG says all political parties will be brought to the table for discussion on ways of ending violence, especially during elections. And the UPND Deputy National Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso says the party will work with the police as long as they are professional in their discharge of duties. Now let's take a look at this clip before we have our opinions and before we have you calling and just giving your opinion as well.
Maintaining law and order, a thankless job done by the police. As the country slowly drives into 2021 election year, the Zambia Police Service has started a peaceful crusade aimed at reducing violent activities, especially among political players. In this regard, Zambia Police has started engaging political parties to appreciate the cause of violence. Deputy Inspector General of Police Boni Kapeso, among other officers, Wednesday morning met youths from the United Party for National Development.
Sisters, that you have a very big role to play in Zambia on the political scenario. And because we had a meeting with your colleagues, we also want to set a full tone to ensure that all political parties are represented. What we've started, we intend to move on to the national youth representation through all political parties will send their youths representatives so that we can also begin to talk to them. We are the people that are used, especially the youth. We are the people that are used to go and cause confusion. But what we are now asking ourselves, as Zambia Police, how long are we going to allow this kind of fighting to continue in a country where Zambia Police Service is already mandated to ensure that law and order prevails? How long are we going to ensure that we just let people do whatever they want, and yet we are given the mandate to ensure that every person is protected and every person's property is protected? This is why I was saying the IG, Mr. Kakoma Kanganja, has now given me the mandate to ensure that by the office of the IG, the DIG, in terms of operations, we traverse the breadth and width of this country to ensure that we sell all our voices. We sell our voices to all the political parties to ensure that law and order prevails. If we want to have Zambia, a free Zambia, where democratic elections could be held, it is you and us to make or break.
And speaking on behalf of the UPND entourage, Deputy National Youth Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso says the party is ready to work with the police in maintaining law and order as long as they play a fair game.
We are committed as a party and as a youth to ensure that there should be peace. That's number one commitment. That's why we have come here when they have called us. That's the first commitment. But before you solve a problem, first of all you looked about what has happening in the ground. We first admit as a nation and as a party there's a problem, yes, of violence. We are not saying that we are angels as a party. We have said we are victims. But it's a situation where that when we see that a cadre of the UPN brings nonsense in this country, we are able to report ourselves as a party to say, go to the police. Go on your own. If he has made a crime as his own capacity, let the law take its course. That's what we want to see now. That's why we said we don't need a favor to the police. The police should do their job. That's what we want to see, as we are committed in terms of peace.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka. So I was impressed when I saw that bulletin, because we have gotten this thing in our head to say the police are only in favor of the ruling party. But I was very impressed to see that they called upon different political parties to sit them down to say, we are approaching elections, and what we want from you as a party is peaceful campaigns, and also we want to have a peaceful and fair elections. And they also set out their views and to say we are coming through as youths, and it's good that you're looking at why there is violence now, so that in as much as we get near the elections, we will be able to say, no, we were told about this thing, so if we misbehave, or be the victims or culprits of violence will be apprehended. Yeah.
So basically they gave a platform to different political parties, and which is very professional for the police service. We should commend you for that, because
Kudos.
you've called different political parties, the UPND, we have NAREP, we have, name it, we have so many opposition political parties, but UPND being the largest political party, largest political opposition party. We had the youth, that is Gilbert Liswaniso, that brought out very important points. He mentioned to say they are not doing the police a favor. Police ought to just do their work. He also brought out to say if one of us makes a mistake, we should be able to report to the police. So I feel like that's a good angle that we are taking as we approach the 2021 elections, because as the youths are the ones basically in this country who are more energetic. So most of the time it's the youth that are involved in the violence and all that goes on, because I mean you will not expect somebody who's
60 years
or my mother to watch, you know. So it's a very good approach, and I hope that's a very important key aspect that us the youths should be sensitive to this time around and the years to come. Let us approach our elections with a different attitude, with a different concept, civilization, knowing that Zambia is a democratic country, and above all, it's a Christian nation. Who declared? Here's a quiz. I have a quiz question for you.
For Chiluba?
In what year?
That year, I'm not sure.
Remember that you can give us your opinion on our headlines, news-making headlines on 0968 675 273. This is where one of the stories that we were just tackling is where the police IG, Deputy IG, called for a meeting, a discussion with different youths of political parties, and we had a representation from Gilbert Liswaniso from the UPND who spoke out, and they assured the country that they will not take part. They'll play their part as citizens, and you also ought to play your part as a citizen. Remember that you can give us your opinion on 0968 675 273. Has social media brought more harm than good? Okay, we have a call.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing today, sir?
Yes, this is Mumba. I'm calling from Chilondo.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
you can go ahead with your comment.
I just want to contribute to my concern on that report. I saw the police and the UPAD youth and whatever. You see the problem we have in this country. We are not, we are not seeing the things which the problem is that it's not the police. That is the problem is the institution. That institution has no power. Yes. It's like, for me, it's a talk show. These things, look at what is happening. The cutters today, particularly in the ruling party, they are more powerful than the police. And the police, they are human beings. To tell the truth, the PF cadres, they can go and disrupt the police officer without any problem.
That is in your opinion, sir?
Yes, that's my opinion. So when you look at all these things, let's discipline all these people in the land. To cadres, they are more powerful than anybody else. The police, they are scared of, to lose their jobs. You see what is happening in Chesheke. The cadres went to the police with the bangers. The police tried to control that, they beat all those people, those cadres. What happened to those officers? They are all, they are suspected.
Okay, so, sorry to cut.
So all these are the things we should like that. The police are trying to do their job, but there's interference from the top.
Okay.
So please, this country belongs to all of us. Let's work together, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please remember that the views or opinions from our callers and the views of the presenters on the set are not those of Camnet TV. And also we're kindly asking to our callers, when you call in, please turn down the volume on your TV set, and also remember not to use a vulgar language. We've got kids that are watching the breakfast show.
Okay, but remember, we need to talk, we need to discuss.
Interact.
We have news headlines. Give us your opinion. You're free. This is your platform to air out your views in a particular decent manner. Remember that it's 0968 675 273. Has social media brought more harm than good?
Just a contribution, a quick contribution on the story that we were just from showing and reading. Here's a message to all the youths out there. One thing you need to realize is that if you are a culprit of violence, okay, and a life is lost, trust me, the party that you're fighting for would definitely replace you in a second. Okay, so you contributing to that and you giving yourself as a ladder to violence is actually, you are stepping on your future. One thing you need to know is that there was a question that was posed. Have you seen the opposition leaders on the ground or in the streets fighting each other? No. So you being there and carrying all those pangas, all those machetes and all, trying to fight your fellow youths is a no-no. One thing you need to realize that you are the future leaders. So if you're portraying that behavior, just think of a kid that she's looking up to you. Why manokwe manao fualana, what do you call it, legalia? Atindea mukuma wa opposition just because no leader wa wala ndeleshan. It shouldn't be like that. As youths, we need to be united to make sure that the future governance or the future government is a better one. Because like Tandiwe says, Banda Tandiwe says, the change starts today and it starts now.
But we should commend the police.
Job well done.
That is
kudos.
broad and that is the way to go. I hope that we can have more of those discussions with our youths, with us, the youth, and find ways and means on how we can, you know, do things in the proper way and not the violence rate, because many other times lives are lost. You know, you go there on the streets, like Precious has said, you go there on the streets and you're fighting and next you are injured. Next thing it's your family nursing you, not the political party. They will not
even finance your medical aid.
Yeah, so it's your family. So you need to look at all those pros and cons. And I mean, there's always a better way. We could have a peaceful election without having bats or fights or riots or whatever it is, because it starts with you as an individual. Be the change that you want to see. Remember that you can call us on 0968 675 273. What is our other news?
Our other news, this one caught attention like from the whole world. Now, Lebanese president has called for an emergency cabinet meeting on Wednesday and said a 2-week state of emergency should be declared following a massive explosion in Beirut that killed at least 100 people and injured 4,000 others. Now, the explosion on Tuesday sent shockwaves across the city, causing widespread damage as far as the outskirts of the capital is concerned. Now, meanwhile, flash floods have it. Several provinces in Yemen, killing at least 20 people, including children. Now, the region of Marib and Hajab, east-west of the capital Sana'a, are some of the worst affected. Now, for this news, we monitored Al Jazeera. We'll be back on the other side.
The people of this disaster-stricken city are starting to assess and comprehend the extent of the damage of a blast that was far more destructive than any explosion Lebanon has ever seen. Just before sunset on Tuesday, highly explosive material stored at a warehouse at Beirut port caused the blast, sending shockwaves across a city now in ruins. Almost every building has been damaged. Many are dead. Thousands are injured and hundreds are missing. Rescue workers work through the night and into the morning as people and bodies were feared trapped underneath the rubble.
My husband is an employee at the electricity company. He survived, but his colleagues didn't. They're only now removing their bodies from under the rubble.
This is a country already reeling from a dire economic crisis, where 50% of the population live below the poverty line. Its people are not in a position to cope with this disaster.
Material losses are sad, but it's nothing compared to those who lost their lives. This is my taxi, it's my livelihood, and I'm still paying for it.
Everyone has a story of survival or tragedy. The damage spread several kilometers. Many are blaming those in power for the catastrophe.
This was Lebanon's Hiroshima. We trusted them with our money, our souls, our lives, and they betrayed us. Why are they still in power? They should all resign. We only have God now. Their day will come.
Authorities are appealing for help from the international community. The state is close to bankruptcy.
Torrential rains fill up this dam in the Yemeni region of Marib, forcing it to overflow. Since it was rebuilt in the 1980s, there are growing fears it could collapse. Nearby refugee camps have been damaged. The rains have also downed power lines and destroyed crops.
There is a lot of damage. Many farms and farmers' properties were hit by the floods. Many displaced people were directly affected.
The floods have killed or injured dozens. The UN estimates more than 10,000 people who were displaced have been uprooted once again.
My family is under siege from the water. The floods are separating me from them and my house. They are in danger because the surface is being eroded around them.
Around 200 kilometers away in Hadja province, the floods damaged more than 5,000 tents. Hassan is trying to salvage what he can.
I was in Shafar district when I came back and saw my home destroyed. I looked for my children. They went to another tent. I've been collecting some belongings like food, flour, household appliances, but it's covered in water.
Heavy rain started 2 weeks ago, battering several provinces. In the capital, Sana'a, floodwaters swept through parts of the city last week, damaging shops and markets. Residents watched on as cars drifted away. Medicine is in short supply and aid groups are overstretched. Nearly 6 years of fighting between the Houthis and Yemen's internationally recognized government has left the country in ruins. It's also battling the world's largest cholera outbreak and now coronavirus. The government has called for international support, but with more rain expected, Yemenis can only wait until help arrives while trying to rebuild whatever they can. Rahila Mohammed, Al Jazeera.
What a sad development. May the souls of all those that have lost their relatives and friends and families, may their souls rest in eternal peace. Now, joining us on set is Miss Peace Zambia 2020. Earlier on, we were just talking about peace. And as we approach the elections, this is our key word for 2021 elections is peace.
Yes.
So joining us on set is Miss Peace Zambia 2020.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? No.
Do you want to like jiggle a little bit? Like,
maybe, yeah.
Welcome to the breakfast show.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a bit about yourself. Harriet Katembo.
Yes, my name is Mbangu Harriet Katembo II.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. Not only guys get the second, the first, and
no.
the third. A female.
In my clan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm Bunda.
Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Mbangu Harriet II. I'm 20. I'm the firstborn in my family. I'm from Kapiri Bonshi, a small town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were chosen as Miss Peace Zambia 2020
yes.
on the 25th of July. How was that experience for you?
The experience was okay. It was beautiful, I can say. Though sometimes it was tough because, you know, in this life, not all days are rosy. Yeah, it was hard sometimes. Sometimes it was good, but in the whole thing, it was beautiful because I learned a lot of things. I made a new family, my pageant sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as Miss Peace, what is your role now that you have the crown?
My role is to promote peace in Zambia and the whole world, rather.
Okay, since we're approaching elections in 2021, you as Miss Peace Zambia, you look you look very smart, and I believe you're a smart person. What approach do you plan to use to tackle elections as a young person, as a youth? I'm sure you've seen so many things that have circulated over the years concerning elections, and you see young people like yourself or even younger take part in this fighting and violence. What approach do you plan to use?
Okay, my approach, I want to do some sensitization, educating the people. I want to work with organizations, I want to work with the governments, and I want to work with the communities. Yes, this is where the people are coming from. Yes, so I want to preach against violence, especially that the youths are the ones who get used to make violence in the societies or in the country, yes. So I'll preach against that, yes, and I'll work with the law, yes. That we all have to respect the law.
Great.
Okay, so our topic for today, Miss Peace Zambia 2020 is, has social media done more harm than good?
Yeah, I say it's a 50-50 because social media has not just brought harm but also good. But on the harm side, yes. You know, social media has caused a lot of jealousy, depression, because we know when we talk about social media, we see a lot of people flourishing, you know, they look all good, then there is you. You know, maybe you see like you're not good enough to be with those people. You know, yes. So you lose that confidence in yourself. You know, you praise other people and forget the bigger picture, which is you. Yes. So and other people is that, and other things that social media has brought is that you know, you have this fear. You begin to have this fear of missing out what's really happening, and you forget to do things that are positive that will develop your life. Instead, you be busy on social media. You're checking on other people. Yeah, also wasting time. Yes, wasting time. Yeah.
But on the good side, let's talk about it. We've dwelled so much on the bad side.
Yeah,
on the good side. I'm sure it also helped you win your pageant.
Yeah,
hint, hint.
Yeah, it helped me.
We're not a secret.
Yes, it helped me win my pageant as well. You know, social media is where you find a lot of, you know, a lot of things. You learn a lot of things. You know, you see a lot of different people that actually inspire you. Yeah, so social media, you can find job opportunities.
Give us one of your inspirations from social media.
There's this lady. I think she was Miss Universe. I don't know if it was 2018, 20 something. I'm not really sure. I've forgotten. She was Henny, something like that. I love that girl. She's got confidence. She doesn't really care where she comes from. Yeah, and she was told to get married at the age of 14, but she was like, no. She knew what she really wanted. So I got that as an inspiration.
Wow,
yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, what are your last words to the youths out there and those people that are watching you right now?
Okay, my last words is that stay safe first from COVID-19. It's real.
Yeah, it should start with you two there. Because there's no camera person, could you please zoom that? There's no social distancing.
But you know, if I like do social distancing,
she doesn't have COVID. She doesn't have. Yeah, and also you shouldn't care where you come from. Like, I'm a girl from Kapiri, you know, a small town which has a bad reputation somehow. If you really think like you want this, let it be that. Like, you need to go for it. Yes, no matter how many times you fail, just go for it. Keep on trying until you get there. And also, stay safe, be peaceful. Zambia is a Christian nation. We can't define it without peace. We can't define it without love. We need to love one another because that's what God wants us to do. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're such a vibe.
Oh, thank you. I'm touched.
We have a caller on the line. Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. How are you doing this morning? And please give us your name and where you're calling us from.
Very much fine. I'm calling you from Chilabombe.
Oh, wow. You can go ahead with your comment or contribution, sir.
Yes, please. My comment is, first of all, absent Guanaga Capeto. For coming over nothing and fulfilling the virus. And we understood that in the Chilabombe have done this with our often business material. I suppose things will go well.
Okay.
And as from the callers have said, it's very unfortunate that our friends, they say, the other party cadres, have taken the cut for granted. You see, even challenging the police officers and so on, it's not good, you see. Now, let's hope now, Mr. Dakaso's command, all party cadres will obey or will pull the instructions of the police.
Absolutely.
When coming to social media, well, it's okay because that thing we're seeing hidden, you see, somehow. Now this social media section, we are happy that we are seeing or we are hearing things which are hidden sometimes back. So social media is well for some of us.
Okay.
And we want it to continue.
All right. Thank you so much for your comment, sir.
Thank you, madam. Bye.
Okay. Remember that you can give us your views, comments, and contributions on 0968 675 273. We have our health segment coming up.
Yes, we do.
Do you know what is in the package?
Do you know what is the package?
It's a surprise for you.
But anyway, before we get into that, for now, we'll just take a quick short break and then we'll be back on the other side.
With our health segment. Good
morning.
You're present.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +260 953 995 099 or +260 962 444 726 or +260 9 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
This is Camnet TV, not just another channel, and you're watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious Mzeya, Sakaleji, and Banda Tandiwe. And our topic for discussion today is, has social media brought more harm than good?
Before we go into the song, Precious, I'm keen because I promised you we're going to have a health segment. So in our health segment today, just for starters, many of us love to just say COVID-19, COVID-19. What is COVID-19? Why is it called COVID-19? So many people would say, we've heard of coronavirus, COVID-19 as it is called. So basically, what is coronavirus? Now, coronavirus disease 2019. So the COVID-19, yes, so the COVID-19 comes from coronavirus disease of 2019.
So the co is corona, and then the D is disease, and the 19 is 2019. So if it came in 2018, it would have been COVID-18.
Yes.
That was smart.
Very smart.
Very smart.
Okay, so what are the common signs and symptoms of COVID-19? We've seen these ads, but it's very important to emphasize because as we move on gradually, the disease is progressing and people are now showing different symptoms such as fatigue. Many of us know it's mainly the high temperatures, the coughing, the shortness of breath, the sore throats, the chest pains. But some patients are now exhibiting no symptoms at all, which is asymptomatic, where there are no symptoms, but you may feel tired or fatigued. Those could also be symptoms of COVID-19. Now, many of us wonder to say, how is it spread? You see, as we are speaking, we have droplets. You know, so as I'm speaking to you, as we all know, or as you know, COVID-19 mainly affects the respiratory system, but when it's intertwined with other systems, hence the condition is worse, and that is what we are hearing to say underlying ailments. Many of us are wondering, what is this? What is this?
Don't understand.
So as you complicate one system and you have a condition, maybe a heart problem or other systems, or your immunity is very low, this exposes you to the virus wholly. you know. So it tends to exhibit worse symptoms, and you as a patient begin to exhibit worse symptoms, like I've mentioned, and it's basically worse in a person who is immunocompromised as well. So who is at a risk of contracting COVID-19? We all are, worldwide.
Everybody.
That is why it's being called a pandemic and not an epidemic. So it is not just affecting Zambia, it is not just affecting any other neighboring country, it's affecting the entire world. Hence, you and I could be exposed to it, and that is why our government has given us health guidelines which we ought to obey as citizens, because as much as you're looking at yourself and your safety, look at your grandmother who may be 60, and you decide to. We've seen these cases where, but I should commend our council, who's working extremely hard as well, and just the government as well, because they are now going into these bars. We've seen videos circulating on social media, you know. But one thing that we need to put in our heads as Zambian citizens is whether you go to a house party, because that's the new trend now, you have house parties and there are 20 of you, you're putting yourself at a risk. Remember that back home, you have left that grandmother, that mother,
that father,
that young baby, the little baby, the infant, you know. So you're literally predisposing them or putting yourself and the health of others at a risk. Now, isn't that selfish that you would go to a bar or a public place and, number one, not maintain social distancing, not mask up, you're not sanitizing. You're putting yourself at a risk, but think of others. Think of your family, think of your friends who you love dearly. So even as we go about our lives, let us not be selfish. COVID-19 is real and it's affecting any person out there. So what then should you do? What role should you play? You can get a mask. There are surgical masks that you can use, but remember, for the surgical masks that we have seen most people using, I've seen people put them in their cars. I know one culprit. I should expose this person. I know one culprit. He'll kill me for this, but I know one culprit that tends to wear the mask and he'll be like, no, I didn't wear it. So we have a call. I'll go into that before I give how then could we protect ourselves. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
We are great, thank you. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from? Hello?
Yes, madam.
Yes, who are we talking to and where are you calling us from, sir?
You are talking to Mr. Tuxi, calling you from Silabombo.
Okay, how's Silabombo this morning?
Cool.
Okay, go ahead with your contribution. Oh, we lost the caller.
Seems he just called to say good morning.
Thank you for just calling to say good morning. We appreciate
I was talking about how then could we avoid getting COVID-19 and prevent yourself, protect yourself and your loved ones. So remember to mask up. I was talking about the surgical masks. Yes. You know, many of us are going to chemists or whatever place. We buy those surgical masks. Those are disposable. So when you wear it the whole day, you need to dispose.
Throw it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, you need to throw it away. You don't keep it for a week or 2 days. No, it is unhealthy and it's not good for you.
Others wash it. Did you know that?
Yeah, okay. I think you're the culprit. You can also get the cloth masks, which we have seen our tailors. Yes, so you can simply wash it at the end of the day. You can even have two, you know, you simply wash it and dry it and use it. You know, do not reuse the same mask. So number one is mask up. Number two is sanitize. Now, use the correct sanitizers, because I've seen many people react. There are some people that are now making their own sanitizers. So there's some reactions that come with that on the health aspect. I have a friend of mine who sanitized at a particular shop, and they smelt their hands after that, and they had all these allergies and all that. So remember that if you can, get a sanitizer that you are comfortable with as a person, and that will help as well. And social distancing. I know it's hard, it gets lonely being indoors, but even as you decide to go to a small gathering, maybe of 5 people, remember to maintain social distancing and just follow the set health guidelines, because that is the only way that we will fight COVID-19 in our country. So from the health segment till next week when we have another topic. Precious,
let me do this. Well, there you have it. That was health segment with Dr. Banda Tandiwe, as she was giving us guidelines on how you can protect yourself from COVID-19. In case you've just joined us, this is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on Camnet TV, not just another channel. We'll get into our next interview for the day, but for now, let's take a break, a musical break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Good morning.
Hello? I'm here. Okay, I'll tell them.
Thank you very much.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Wow.
10 kwacha. How far can a 10 kwacha take you?
I can save 70 kwacha in a week, and by 4 I can save 280.
Mm-hmm.
By 12 I can save.
Yeah, that
guy's math.
But anyways, that's a song. It's a new song coming from Scarlett. It was talking about don't admire what the other person has. Look at what you have. Look at the blessing that God has given you and use it to make more. So even when you have a 10 kwacha, there's a lot that you can do with the 10 kwacha.
It's good to see you grow spiritually, you know. It's precious.
You taught me better.
I should say that. No. I think that you are, there's a statement, you are the daughter of the house.
We are daughters of the house.
Yeah, but I think Mom is doing a good job.
Mom and Dad are doing quite a great job, yeah. We are thankful. Spiritual growth is really important.
Mom and Dad, I should thank you. Pastor Chiluba, rather, and Pastor Victoria, I should thank you for Precious's growth spiritually. I will bring a present to the office.
We'll come bearing gifts.
Good morning, Miss Eco Tourism.
Thank you, good morning.
But you know, with this COVID-19, how's the tourism going?
Not too well, but at least some places are open, and yes, we're able to tour around.
You plan on going to which country? China?
Not yet. I haven't planned anything, but the finals for the ecotourism worldwide will take place from South Africa.
Okay, yes. Traveling the world. So tell us, those that don't know who we are talking to right now, who is Clara Chiwe?
Okay, Clara Chiwe is a, I don't know if I'm a girl or lady. Yeah, okay, by the way, I think so. I'm 23 years old.
Okay, so you're what we call an adult female in medical terms.
Okay, so my name is Clara Chiwe. I'm 23 years old, and yes, I was born and grew up on the Copper Belt.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So, just when you walked in, we were trying to find out what ECO stands for. What is Miss Eco World Zambia about?
Okay, ecotourism, I know everyone almost knows about tourism part, but eco. Eco is about being, in other terms, eco-friendly. It's about the environment and the living things in it. Just about not harming the environment, like a way of taking care of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you planted a tree? Since we're talking about the environment and not harming it, do you have a tree that you can point at and say, I planted a tree?
Yes, when I was young, at my grandma's place.
Tell me where you got questions.
Wow, okay, so how are you using your title then to make Zambia a better place?
Okay. Okay, I'm using my title to make Zambia a better place as well as the world at large by sensitizing people about how to take care of the environment and the living things. Usually when we hear the word living things, we just think of us human beings. We don't care about plants and animals.
Okay.
So I want to educate people to also care for animals and plants as well.
How exactly? You know, many models that we have spoken to, I plan on doing this, right? So what exactly are you doing? You're talking about protecting the environment. So what are you going to tell me? Tell me.
How to protect
Sensitize me right now and say.
About the environment.
How should I protect my environment?
Okay, firstly, make sure that, for example, we have gone out to tour. When you're in that habitats for those wild animals, and make sure you don't do anything that will harm the animals. You're supposed to make sure that you protect them by not disturbing their environment as well as you tour. Make sure it's a friendly tour and it's not going to harm the environment at the end of the day.
So I went on this tour this one time for a game drive.
Okay.
You know? And there's this particular place in the country where you can actually walk the cheetahs in Zambia.
Yes.
But you see, those cheetahs look so hungry. Yes. And because I had paid to be at that place, I really wanted to walk them. But because they looked so hungry.
Weren't you scared?
I was scared.
They might just.
So you're talking about
protecting.
So you know what I did? It was like a net. So I began to hit the wire fence.
Yeah.
At some location.
Oh wow.
So I didn't know that I was actually provoking these animals. So I'm learning that you need to protect and not do harmful things.
Yes,
I actually had something I wanted to. Okay, let me be honest. But I was not supposed to. So I'm
actually when you've gone to such places, before you go in, I'm sure there's someone to guide you, the do's and don'ts.
But you know.
So maybe you just.
There are people like Tandy that just don't want.
Because they tell you to say you shouldn't go in with this and that, you shouldn't do this and that, so that you. So that even the animals are also free with you and we are able to interact.
Okay, so as a young person, we earlier ran a story where the police IG, deputy IG, was called for a discussion amongst political parties. I believe you have your personal political party, which we don't want you to disclose. But as a young person, you need to take part in decision making of this country. And I'm very sure that you are aware that we're having elections in 2021.
Yes.
So my question to you as a youth is, what then will your contribution be in line with your title towards the 2021 general elections as a Zambian youth?
As a Zambian youth contributing to the 2021 elections, firstly, I think we can, since I'm ecotourism queen, as I tour around, I shouldn't forget to make sure that I also talk about peace. Because usually when you're having elections, most of the times you find that there are riots, there's a lot of negative things going on. So as I tour around, I should make sure that I also preach about peace. And we shouldn't forget that it's a one Zambia, one nation. We are one, despite us coming from different tribes and all those things.
Oh, great. So now, before we let you go, our topic of discussion on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show is, has social media brought more harm than good? What is your opinion on that one?
My opinion, I think it's a 50-50 thing. It depends on how you, the person, is taking it. For example, if I go on social media to post about things that are going to be beneficial to other people out there, it's a positive thing. But if I go there maybe to just bully people, because usually cyberbullying is one of the most negative thing that, yes, especially as youth.
Who cyberbullies? Because you know, lots of fake accounts.
Exactly. It can be the people you know, the people you don't even know. It's just everywhere. Yes. So
okay, great choice. So in your opinion, how has it worked for you?
For me, it's I'm always posting about positive things. I'm always out there to educate, sensitize people about things, not the other way around of like bullying people, always being negative about something. I always try to bring out the positive side.
I like how, you know, sometimes we just like to say, I like to bring out the positive side. I'm a bit controversial, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll ask you a question that I didn't ask the other model that we had today. Precious, Miss Eco Tourism Zambia, you could confirm that there's a time you probably went on your WhatsApp and found a video, or you went on your Facebook and saw a video, you know, of, could be obscene material, it could be somebody who was speaking against somebody else. How do you tackle those things as a young person? Personally, like what do you do when you get such things? There's a young person out there that's watching that has come across these things, and maybe they're 20, or there's an adult who's maybe 27 or 30 or 40.
Older.
You know, we want to hear your opinion as a representative, Miss Eco Zambia Tourism. Well, I want you to speak to that person. So I want you to look directly in the camera and tell them what to do. What do you do when you find, or somebody sends you a video of obscene material? Somebody sends you a video where they're hating on somebody or speaking bad. What should you do as a Zambian citizen?
Okay, so as a Zambian citizen, what you're supposed to do is, when you see that video, if, for example, if someone is a friend of mine, I talk to that person, I have to respond to the person and tell them to say they shouldn't be judgmental, they shouldn't send such type of things. And sometimes as well on Facebook, you find that maybe you don't even know someone. Maybe they'll just send you a video, maybe a pornography or something. What I do right there and then, I'm going to delete it and block that person, because that's not bringing any positive impact.
So your keyword is delete
and block. Yes.
And block the
You're smart.
I like that.
we have to actually thank you so much for coming through. Time is not, we can chat all day. You know, women love talking, but for now we just quickly move to the other side as we get to have our last and final interview for the day. But make sure to come through on the phone lines and also on social media. We'll join you on the other side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726, or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
We wish we had more time, but we're in the dying minutes of our program, and we're being joined by Natasha Mumpuka, who's the acting director of Women 24. Good morning.
Good morning, Tandy. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Great.
I should say you look very bright. Women 24. Does it mean it's only for 24-year-olds?
No.
Just checking. What is Women 24 all about?
So Women 24 is an organization that was established in 2013 and was formally registered in 2015 with the Ministry of Community and Gender.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not for 24-year-olds. It's the first I'm getting that question, because most of the time the questions we get is Women 24 just for women? So today is the first. Is it for 24-year-olds?
Which is our second question.
Yeah.
Is it only for women?
No, actually Women 24 is not really for women, but it's just meant to empower women. But we do accommodate men as well. But we just like to let the women know that we're there for them 24/7. Hence the 24.
Okay, so what is it really?
So Women 24 is a non-governmental organization that was put out or established to help media houses or just media expressors to bridge in the gap between organizations and the media. We've seen to now, and with COVID-19, there are no groundworks apparently. So I don't know if we foresaw or we kind of saw COVID-19 coming through or a situation like that. But we just help other organizations and media houses to reach out to people.
So what have been your achievements this far?
So far, our achievements have been working with the Ministry of Gender and working with the Ministry of Education and other organizations to help out women when it comes to, I think the biggest challenge we do, and a lot of different people can actually agree to, is that women and children are vulnerable in society. So we've worked with the Ministry of Gender, the Ministry of Health, as well as other partnering organizations in helping empower women.
How exactly? Sorry, I like the how.
Getting into the details.
The how.
Okay. The ministry.
So we do not have a safe hub. Okay. So we are more on audio and visual education. So I love to mention this. I think Precious didn't want us to mention this, but she was on one of the series that we did for women in elections or women in politics. So we did a 13th series, which is called Heels at the Crossroads, like heels your heels, but at the crossroads. She's got a perfect voice, and she's one of the people that has been out there to speak for the women.
By perfect voice, she can sing or
No, it was a drama. It was a radio drama series.
Okay.
So yeah, she was one of the actors in the drama series. So we use audio education to reach out to different women and men as well.
So how can we then get in touch? Because now I want to know like how you can help. Is it mainly about entrepreneurship, or you look at it from different angles?
We look at it on different angles. We actually do with everything from grassroots, from girls, boys. So we've partnered with a lot of different organizations. We are working with the Men's Network, the ones that are usually the forefront with speaking out for men. We're working with NGOCC. So we're working with a lot of different organizations, but our main aim is to give a platform. So we signed an MOU with a radio station called Metro FM. So we have 24 hours programming that day. So everything on that day, that's on a Wednesday, which was like yesterday.
Yeah, and you have the platform on Camnet, which just gave you an opportunity.
Yes,
you need to mention us on your credits.
We will. We'll definitely get to do that on our credits.
So how can we get in touch then?
So people can get in touch with us via our Facebook page, which is Women24 Zambia, as well as on Twitter, it's at Women24. On Instagram, it's at Women24 Zambia. 0971 248177.
Okay, so Natasha, you will not run away from my questions. Okay. I have two particular questions for you.
Okay.
You are a young person, very vibrant and youthful. We're approaching 2021. Elections are coming up. What approach are you taking as Women24?
The approach we're taking as Women24, at the moment, we're working with different NGOs because now there's been this reach out. So the last elections we had voter apathy. A lot of different people didn't turn out to vote because they don't really see the importance of having to vote. So we've had different people complain about how the government of the day is not doing anything, or there's nothing that parliamentarians are doing. So we're out there advocating and asking people to actually be part of the people that are going to vote. So if you want to see change, you have to be the change by simply casting a vote.
I'm sure you've seen our bulletin and report that was done by one of our reporters, Sharon, on the IG, Deputy IG, who called for a meeting with
different political
parties. And in that meeting, we had one of the biggest political parties, representative UPND Youth, that was literally complying and saying they will work with the police as long as the police remain professional. What is your comment on that as a young person?
Well, as a young person, for the longest of time, I think for a few months now, I've been really excited to see that young people are waking up, and now you're getting to research and you're getting to find out more, and by getting to research, you make more decisive decisions. I think that was a really great move by simply saying that we are willing to work with the police if they're willing to genuinely work with us. Yeah.
Oh, great. Precious seems to have a burning question.
I was going to, but you asked. My burning question was the last question. I wanted to hear what their take is going to be as Women24 towards the general elections, which is in a few months' time. Now, before we let you go, our topic of discussion today is on social media. Has social media brought more harm than good, from your perspective?
Well, I think I like to answer that with COVID-19. I like to say COVID-19 has been a blessing in disguise, the same as social media. It's a blessing in disguise. It only becomes a bad thing if you use it as a bad tool. But for a lot of different people, like for instance, a lot of people are able to catch this particular show on social media for good reasons. So for certain people that use it for obscene stuff, it becomes a bad tool. But if you use it not to bully other people, you use it to inform people and give people the right information, it becomes a great tool. So for me personally, I feel, because as Women24, we use social media as well to reach out to different people. So it's personally a great tool, so it's done more great than harm.
Wow, thank you so much.
We have to go.
Natasha.
But anyway, Natasha, thank
Precious
you so much for coming.
Transmission, you can keep Precious here. I need to go have some breakfast. There's tea.
Anyways, thank you so much, Natasha, for coming through. Wishing all the best, Women 24, and the difference that you are actually making in society and to different women and also men and children out there. Well, Tandiwa, you can say your goodbyes. Well, from me, Precious Mzea Sakaleji on the Rise and Thrive on the other side.
Has been Banda Tandiwe. Remember to catch our breakfast shows. It comes on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Because Saturday we're bringing you guys something brand new, fresh as usual, to give you guys the best in education, entertainment, and information. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Good morning.